Hello my fellow hunters, today I want to talk about some special information about regarding to Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak expansion regarding to the TGS online program. So maybe you recognized, Gaijin Hunter told us that in the Japanese version they don't give us much information about what they're gonna showing us in the TGS. And he told that the European languages are giving us more information about what's coming. And for example, in the German language, they told us altbekannte Monster. So in English, it's like famous monsters, but like famous monsters from the old gen. So I don't think really from the last gen, maybe there are skipping some generations or other stuff. And also there are talking about plenty of monsters, because when it was only one monster, they telling us there was a S at the end, so altbekanntes Monster. So in the regarding to the German language, they are talking about several famous monsters from the previous generations, but maybe not the last generation. And we can also translate that webpage into Italiano. And now I can't read it in the Italian language because I'm not living there, or I'm not speaking Italian. But we have the Quirkless Stoner from Twitter, maybe you know him, Monster Hunter Jokes channel on Twitter. And yes, he marked the sentence. So if you translate the Italian to the English language, they're talking about the return of a historical monster of the series. So that's like a paradoxon, because in German they have talked about several monsters, several famous monsters from the old gens, and in the English they are talking about one monster, and it's a historical monster. So I'm not sure, but maybe you remember my Monster Hunter Iceborne leak, and it was about deviants. So there was also maybe 2 years ago a translation mistake, and it was from the Capcom Germany webpage. They talked about that Barioth and Tigrex is getting a subspecies from the older versions, like the Sand Barioth or the Magma Tigrex. But at the end, we recognized that it only was a translation bug. So I'm not really sure. I also think maybe it's a translation bug, like in Monster Hunter Iceborne regarding to the Barioth and the Tigrex. Maybe I can give you a link to the old video if you're interested or not. But we also get some hidden message in-game for Monster Hunter Rise, and maybe you can recognize it from the Wild Strucks. So they also teased Wild Strucks in-game, and they talked about a red star, or I'm not sure, or a red comet at the sky. And that was obviously the Crimson Wild Strucks, so they teased the Wild Strucks in-game. And now I'm gonna giving you some information. This information is posted by Master of Lorraine, and he's giving us the text in the in-game, so I don't have to start the game again to read the Leather Cavern's message regarding to the Dire Miralis monster. And we can read, out of the blue I was knocked to the ground by a rumble of the earth. Mere volcanic activity perhaps, so maybe we can say it's a big monster that causing earth shakes. So I think it's not Zoromagdaros, because he is too new, he is not really a historical monster, and he is also a very story-related monster, and it's very unrealistic that so hard story-related monsters come back in the new generation. There's also some other messages, like day 19, for every effect there must be a cause. After a day of observation I have identified a cycle in the tremors. This phenomenon simply cannot be self-supported. I hypothesize that it's the creation of someone. Now we're continuing to the next site. The pulse intensifies. I must curb my passion and make ready to begin field work. The source awaits me. The pulse and this anomaly may be related, but I have no way to corroborate that now. Further research is impossible. If someone out there would be continue my research, venture into the beach cave. The answer should be there. So we can say it's pretty clear that's maybe a monster that living in the volcano region, and it's like a really big monster that causes earth shakes and in a specific period of time. So the most are thinking that it's Dire Morales, and I'm not really sure whether it's correct or not. I just want to give you that information. So thanks for watching this video, and shout out to the guys who wrote it in the Twitter section down below, and for the comments I can maybe also give you the Twitter link in the comment section down below. So thanks for watching, see you next.